And let's go down to Tracy with Cam Newton.
Well, right now, an embrace between the head coach and Cam Newton. And Cam, let me start with you. And this is the first time you've been able to speak in a while. And just talk about how hard it's been for you and the focus you've had to have week in and week out to perform at this level on the field.
I just want to thank God for just blessing me with an unbelievable supporting cast. That's with my family. That's with this team. And with this coaching staff, it's the sky's the limit for this team. And it's a lot of guys that's been keeping me focused, and I just want to thank them and thank God first.
And we have to talk about your performance today. 6 total touchdowns to just cap off a tremendous season, and a lot of people will probably say that maybe you don't deserve to win the Heisman because of what happened. What do you say to that?
I'm an SEC champ. That's all that matters. There's some resilient guys on this team. I said that a billion times. But without these guys on this team, I wouldn't have the success that I did. I just want to thank God and thank the players on this team and Coach Chiswick and the whole coach staff for giving me a chance.
SEC champion and on to the national championship, Coach, and you helped guide them there. They started strong today. They finished strong today. What can you say about this team and their resiliency week in and week out?
Tracy, they had a great week of practice. I just knew this would be our best hour. I knew it would be our best hour. I told them that before the game started. I said, this will be your best hour today. They came out fast and they finished the game, and my hat's off to our football team.
Congratulations. Enjoy every minute of it.
Thank you.
This has become an expected celebratory action by Cam Newton, heading toward the student section and the fans to share the victory with all of them. Don't forget, the Jeep postgame show is coming next. You think she's a proud mom? For Tracy Wolfson, Gary Danielson, I'm Vern Lundquist. Down in the truck, Craig Silver, Steve Milton, the entire cast. We'll see you next week from Army-Navy Jeep postgame show coming up here.
Auburn has just punched its ticket for the BCS championship game, clinching the SEC crown by a score of 56-17. I'm joined by Spencer Tillman and Tony Barnhart. And yes, it's the era of yes, we can, Cam. What an amazing performance. And Tony, I don't know that I've ever seen a beatdown quite like this one in this championship game.
And understand, gentlemen, there was debate on whether or not Cameron Newton should have played in this game, and that debate will continue. But there is no doubt, there is no debate about this. Number 2, Auburn University is the best player in college football. He proved it again tonight with 407 yards of total offense.
And gentlemen, what I said before this game started, that in this era of spread offenses and formations, that the overmatch or the rematch advantage is overrated totally. We saw that today. The domination was total and complete. When you looked at it from that 61-yard strike to start things off, it was all about spreading the field down the football field in the middle, on the perimeters with McCaleb on the outside, and I think at the end of the day, the individual talent set them apart.
No doubt. It was indeed an amazing performance. We're ready right now for the trophy presentation, the Southeastern Conference Championship Trophy, and it's our friend Tracy Wolfson with it.
First off, let's congratulate both teams for tremendous seasons and making it here to the SEC Championship game, to the South Carolina Gamecocks, and to the Auburn Tigers, the champions of the SEC, going on to the national championship game. Let's begin now with the Most Valuable Player Award, voted on by the media, to Cam Newton.
That's yours, babe. Congratulations. Hold on to it. Wow. That's what they call me.
Cam, this is the first time in a while you have had a chance to speak out not only to the nation, but to your fans out there. What do you want to say to them?
A wise man told me, if God with me, who could be against me? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Good job, bro.
tonight, but now it's time to award the championship trophy to head coach Gene Chizik. And doing it today will be the commissioner of the SEC, Mike Sly.
First, I want to congratulate the Carolina Gamecocks and Coach Steve Spurrier, who came here for the 8th time in our 19 years. And they had a great year, and I wish them very well in the postseason. And now it's my pleasure to present the 2010 SEC Championship Trophy to Coach Chizik and the Auburn Tigers.
And Coach Chizik, let me just ask you, did you think that in just 2 years of being here, having come from an undefeated season in 2004 as a coordinator, not having that shot, that you'd be able to take them to the national championship game?
You know what, Tracy? This team is different than any team I've ever been around. There's a lot of love behind me now. And let me tell you something, there's a lot of leadership here, too. Starting with our president, Dr. Goose, with Jay Jacobs, our athletic director. There is a lot of love. Let me tell you something. That locker room is full of guys that care about each other, and they care about Auburn University, and they play for Auburn University. And I want to say a big war eagle to everybody that's still here tonight.
Congratulations to Auburn University, the champions of the SEC.
All right, Tracy, congratulations from all of us to the Auburn University Tigers on the accomplishment of winning their 13th consecutive game this year. Tim Brando, more with the Jeep postgame show right after this.
CBS Sports presents the Jeep postgame show.
A festive atmosphere inside the Georgia Dome. We welcome you back to the Jeep postgame show. We talked of this coronation, fellas. I have to tell you, it was nice to hear Cameron Newton speak. I find him to be a wonderful young man, I really do. However, the next time he's interviewed at the Heisman Trophy presentation, he'll have to do more than just thank the Lord above and the fans of Auburn University and his teammates. There'll be much more he'll have to respond to at that point in time, Tony. I'm curious your thoughts on that and where your Heisman vote will go. I know mine is going to Cameron Newton.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, yes, the question when he gets to New York in front of the New York media contingent, what is that going to be like? That will be interesting to see how well he is prepared for that. Number one, the interesting thing, there's no doubt in my mind, I am voting for Cameron Newton for the Heisman Trophy. There are over 900 people, though, that vote in the Heisman Trophy. The question that I have, Timmy, will there be abstentions? Will people abstain? Look at the final vote total. I've heard people say they're going to abstain because they don't have all the answers. But I can tell you this, I'm voting for Cameron Newton.
Ultimately, when Cam Newton steps on the field, I've heard enough from him. And whether he's thanked the good Lord above enough may not be enough for you, Tim, but I want to hear more from his father than Cam Newton at this point. He's the one responsible for putting the program and his son in jeopardy. Cam Newton has said enough. At the end of the day, what was most compelling about his comments was he talked about how a cord of 3 strands really kept this team together.
Let's take a look at this BCS Bowl projection.
Well, obviously you got Oregon and Auburn, and so this will be interesting about this game. This game to me is so intriguing, fast-paced, 2 21st century offenses, 2 great players, LaMichael James and Cam Newton. It may take us a day and a half to play it, but it's going to be a great football game.
You know what, Spencer? I've done some homework on this one. It appears that Oregon will be favored. I'm shocked to hear that on the basis of the way Newton has played since that first week in November.
They may be favored. These two teams, and I agree with you, have a lot in common. What I think is this Oregon team tends to score late and often in the fourth quarter. I think going into the final season game, they were outscoring their opponents 87-7 in the final stanza. Guess what? These Auburn Tigers can do the same thing, and they're more physical than Oregon will be. That will be the difference in the contest.
Our thanks to your work as well as Archie Manning for being with us throughout the course of the year. That'll just about do it for tonight. Thanks for watching the Jeep postgame show, and be sure to join us next week. We've got the 111th Army-Navy game. Coverage will begin at 2 o'clock Eastern with TIAA Prep College Football Today. And obviously, as big as that game is, there's more action tomorrow. The NFL on CBS. It's regional action. Many will see the Jaguars face the Titans and the Raiders take on the Chargers. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. We are so honored and flattered to be a part of the Southeastern Conference and to work for CBS Sports. For all of my partners, for Vern, Gary, and Tracy, Tony, Spencer, and Archie Manning, all of the people of CBS Sports, have a great evening, and we'll see you next week for the rivalry, Army meeting Navy, and it'll be on CBS Sports. Congratulations to Auburn.